It's Cathy Cress again. I'm back with my YouTube channel, Geriatric Care 1, and we are doing holidays. Somebody just suggested that, D-A-Z-E, Meltdown with the aging family. And this is the time of year when you're going to be the most busy as a care manager or aging life care manager. So you're going to get a number of people calling, and one of them is going to be the long distance family, and we've been talking about that in the last 2 episodes. So when they call, if they want to meet you while they're in town, if they're long distance, schedule your first meeting, and then help them make the most of their visit. And that would be one of the things that you can really help with is avoid swooping. And what do I mean by that? Lots of times there will already be a local family member that lives in town, and they've been doing something for the older person, and so when the person who calls you is out of town and you're hired, you can advise them to not come in and start tearing their sibling apart and criticizing everything they do, and that's swooping. And a lot of long-distance children who haven't had anything to do with the care really do that because that's how they feel that they're going to participate. That's a terrible idea because the person who lives next door or the person who lives, nearby, the sibling, really does not appreciate that. And then help the family identify tasks that the long-distance care provider can do from home, and that's pay the bills. That is, that they can make all the medical appointments. That can be long distance. They can with you, look at aging technology that can be used in the home for long distance care providers and monitoring systems, etc., and make those decisions remotely. You can help them with communication, which lots of times a family meeting needs to be set up if there's more than one adult child. And, so you can arrange a conference call for them. There's lots of alternatives to do that. In the chapter in the 4th edition of the Handbook of Geriatric Care Management, there's a whole new chapter on technology, and just look up all the choices that you might have to recommend them. And if you're going to do a family meeting, you can set up the agenda for them. It can be remotely. It can just be a telephone call. So you can set up an agenda because you're objective and they're subjective. And so you're a better person to do that. If there are problems, you can be a facilitator. A geriatric care manager is not a mediator. A mediator really is someone who has way over 100 hours of mediation training. And so you may have to call a mediator in if you feel that you cannot handle the level of anger and stress that's going to come out in the meeting. But you can be a facilitator at the meeting if they're just discussing what to do with mom. And, a lot of them are fairly reasonable. You can, in a family meeting, you want to keep the discussion in the here and now, not back on, well, mom always gave you everything and I didn't get enough. So therefore, when we break up this house, it hasn't even happened yet, I want that chair because it's important to me. That's not what the family meeting's about. It's about what's going to happen to mom now that she needs care. And you can schedule long distance calls because you want all the adult children to really call on a regular basis, even though you're monitoring, they're her family. So you can help them do that. You can, encourage email. She can set up technology where, they could Skype with her, if she's capable of doing that. And if it's all technology that you're going to put in, then you can train the adult children to use it or get training in the town they're in. So there are some of the things that you could do for the long distance family, but mostly you're there. And they're not, and it's a giant relief to have you there. So I'll see you next time. Always go to my website, cathycress.com, and you can find out about my new webinar on the Meltdown and the aging family on November 18th. Thank you.